Hey, folks.
Hi.
Morning.
Hello.
There's a Will.
Holy crap.
Hey, Will.
That took like an hour.
Cool. So we're doing a release spike, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we're going.
So how we want to run the morning stuff for that?
Personally, I think we should probably first do a quick run through the board where we are and prioritize what we're keeping in for the week versus what we're not. And then go through and either do a play test and identify and promote, or go through first a triage. What do you guys think?
Seems reasonable to me.
All right.
Yes.
Let's run the board then. So we got in doing. We've got several folks up here, several things up here that are still about the action panel. I have a feeling that George probably had some travel stuff come up this weekend because I didn't see any motion on this stuff through the weekend. So at this point, I think maybe we bump all this to the backlog right now and literally just I'll go in and hide that portion from the blueprint.
Yep.
And
I would agree.
okay,
I'll
I don't
move.
think we have time to make this look
No.
how we want it and good enough for soak time.
Yep.
Before release.
All right, so we have black bar under action panel. That one's also action panel-y. Next is, as a player, I would like an intuitive way to select my ships instead of the idle ships icon. Anthony helped me out this weekend, taking the idle ships thing to get it a little bit more usable. So I'd love some feedback from folks today about things to do to improve it. Right now, things that are still outstanding on that are swapping the ship icon with other ship icons. Right now, they're all the fleet icon.
As long as
flagship icon.
once we have the art, if you have all the small icons for all the silhouettes made,
Yep.
It is a trivial change to swap those now. I just saw that we didn't have small icons for everything yet.
Yeah, I hadn't made it. I didn't take the time to make them until I kind of felt like this would work. So if you guys give me feedback, I can knock them out quick.
Yep.
So maybe after we're done here, when we do when we jump into play test, everybody can kind of give their opinion of what it looks like right now and things that they might like to see changed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we have game balance through playtesting. Do we need to spend a little bit of time today kind of going through the current balance of the game and see if there's any final changes we want before we hand it off to Itch today?
Yeah, I would like to do... I've got two things, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the big outstanding thing there that I remember from last week is just morale ticks over time need to be harsher, but I don't know if that got checked in or not.
No, that's checked in.
Okay.
If we still, that's more of like, if we're playtesting and we still needs to be higher, we can make it higher.
Yep.
My two things are everyone, and this matches my playthroughs, there's just way too much metal. Or things that use metal don't cost enough metal is more my thought. And you have way too much metal at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So you can build way too many things.
Right
that
away.
first system, you can just dump so much so quickly into.
So I'm adding a checklist.
Yeah.
Start with too much metal. Things that cost metal don't cost enough.
And then put a check mark for evaluate morale loss. Continue to evaluate morale loss.
Okay. And so as we jump in, we'll stack out this.
Can I raise the concern of reckless exploit again?
Sure.
Having a required quest to do reckless exploit when you have it and have it also reduce your morale is like shitty situation central. I'd prefer if it either didn't have a quest associated with it or it didn't reduce my morale.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any capability for quests to impact things like abilities? So if it is a quest, it wouldn't charge you the morale because it's something you're supposed to be doing.
There's no code structure
No
for
path
that.
yet. Okay.
But the quest give you the morale back, basically, so you have to soak the morale loss until the quest completes.
They could totally do that. That's easy. Like, you can reward morale. You can add any rewards to.
Well, that
quests,
seems
so.
good then.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Add morale gain to quest exploit.
I just realized I was muted.
Hot
Maybe we can just
quest
change the aggressive cost or aggressive exploit cost, remove morale, and like add metal.
That's possible too. Like,
right?
that's
Like
another.
just
Yeah, I like that.
like it
use for
actually
metal.
costs some more
It actually
resources.
costs, make it a not insignificant amount of metal.
Yeah.
So maybe after we play test, a brief conversation about reckless exploit and coming up with a plan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have then the UI pass and the fleet menu, which I put up with the other one because those two are kind of dupes at this point. And then as a GBG, I'd like to cold call some streamers. And then, so do we want, is that something that is still in process, I assume?
Brennan.
Yes.
Okay.
It is. I need to follow up on some emails there.
Is this something, I'm assuming this would be something that would be critical for sort of the launch pre and post week. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Faction system design time, build out approval resource and quest generation system.
So I have
Go ahead.
I have an MVP doc written up.
Okay.
So I'll just attach that, and that's what we wanted out of this sprint.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to
so
move
let's
it to
jump
the
in.
top of validate.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm going to add it now.
So in the backlog, we have faction system design time, faction tea time, check in with faction. So this is probably not spike required.
No.
If we have time this week, obviously, great. Let's pull it in. But as a player,
backlog.
Release 7 Steam launch build backlog. So the column to the left of doing.
Yep.
I'm gonna move that one down to the bottom.
Okay.
Now. I'll just move stuff we get deprioritized to the bottom of this list.
Okay. As a player, when I select an ability that requires an action like scan or exploit, I'd like the game to be more clear what I need to select and that I need to select something.
I think if we can do this, this would be a good thing to do.
Okay. Let's leave this one at the top. This might be one that is worth doing a little bit of extra pushing on before we get it out.
Yep.
So let's
talk about that one. We may use the hammer solution here, which is put a bunch of text at the top of the screen that says select a planet.
Well, I mean, there's text, but it's poorly written text, I think, as well. I think it's
we could change.
Yeah, we should. That's the thing. We should either change the text, make at minimum, just make that text correct and more clear or something, so that the state is clear of what needs to be happening.
Yep. Time to add GeoCities torches.
Exactly.
Okay. As a designer, I would like to understand how to communicate major game state changes to the player. This was going to be something, looks like Tyson and Will and Ant.
Yeah, Tyson hasn't been able to look at this because of all the trailer stuff that he was doing.
Okay.
I was thinking about working on this, but I wasn't really sure how to get buy-off on it. But I do think we have resource changes, and I personally think that the changes to morale have made the morale changes easy to understand. So I would like to check it off.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Post scan, we do not have. Post exploit, I think we do have with the dubers. So I'd like to check it off also.
Yep.
I agree with that.
So I think the only things left in here are post scan and LRS, and I think both of these should definitely be addressed.
Okay.
I would agree.
I'm going to mark it as spike then. Content evaluation through playtesting. This is sort of an ongoing thing, but we did have 2 particular pieces in here: playtester feedback, call to action, and internal playtest and discussion, which are basically just descriptions of the card. So
Yeah.
I think this basically gets bumped because it's not actionable at this point.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna archive it.
I think that's good. Yeah. As a web dev, I need content for the website pages. This is purely the logos and stuff, which I will get up before before launch.
There may be one other thing that we need to do here, which is I'm gonna put it update press kit with more information about game. I've been asking some folks to help think about maybe doing some sort of like press release or I don't know how you do any of that, but like figuring that out. And we looked at the press kit and realized that it was all about the company and doesn't have much about In Search of a Home. So we probably just need to add the quick bite-sized descriptions about In Search of a Home into the press kit.
Oh, I thought we actually added those already, but maybe not.
At least when I went and glanced at it, I didn't see it. So we may just need to, if it's already there, we may just need to restructure how we do the press kit.
Yep, no, it hasn't been added. Okay, so we'll need to go through because it's supposed to be here. So we just need to go through and add it. There's probably more that we'd like to add as well, but there is some stuff to be added there. So
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then dry run Steam build. Yep, that needs to be done. I have not done it yet. Selection highlights on planets. I started doing that this weekend. I think it's probably at a fine place at this point, but it could be stronger. But I don't think that that's a must-have at this point. Right. Disable the visibility of the action panel. That is a must. So we'll mark that as a spike. When the ship bar, you already did that one. Yep. That's validate. Woohoo!
Cool.
All right, so I think we're good there.
Do we want to go through the bugs?
That's what I was just going to say. Yep, I think so.
Highlight a planet if it's being scanned. Awesome. That sounds cool.
If you hover over the bar of the ship scanning a planet, it will put the outline and everything on the planet that's being.
It's pretty subtle right now.
It is.
But admittedly, it was something that Carl specifically requested to knock back some. So I tried to make it a little more contrasty and a little more clean, but without making it all big and outliney. So we'll get some feedback today.
Like a great idea.
Add an early access disclaimer and some intro text before ship picking phase.
Yes.
I think this needs to be done.
Yep.
Should we add stuff that we want to make sure we do into the backlog, or should we leave it where it is?
I'm just labeling it all with spike.
Okay.
So I think if we have it marked as spiked, it's something that we're planning on processing.
Cool.
Got quests associated with factions I did not have in my fleet.
I haven't been able to repro this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it ever since.
And it could have been a save game thing from... This happened before I had done a lot of fixing to the save game files, and that they could load out-of-date save game files as well.
Yeah, I mean, the time that it happened to me, I was playing games over and over and over again in the same editor instance.
Okay.
And I don't know, but I haven't seen it since. I even tried reproing using that method and could not get it to happen again. So I think we should just kill it.
Okay.
Kill it? Okay.
Yeah.
Killing. Boink. Remove reactor damage text from results of gaseous experiment.
Yes, do that.
Should take 2 seconds.
Reckless exploit a desert planet. Request exploited a desert planet but didn't see the quest complete.
Ant and I both wrote bullshit comments on this at the same time.
Yeah,
We both.
It's
think this is
basically
bullshit.
I can't repro this,
Mhm.
and my thought is the person that responded, and unfortunately because of the name, exploited a desert planet, not reckless exploited a desert planet.
Yeah, that's totally possible. Or they could have been running version 060, which this did have a problem with.
Okay,
So they may have just had an old
the old
build.
version. Okay, that's possible. Oh, they had a screenshot. I thought.
Oh,
I
maybe.
can see
Yeah, that's
the
true.
version number was. Let me check.
But either way,
It's. I can't repro it, so I'd kill it right now.
Okay.
Checking the bug report. Yes, it was 006.
yeah. And there was
It
a
was-
problem with that in 006.
So yeah.
Score opacity, specifically around faction loyalty of 800 versus 1000 could be better.
So basically, at the in-game screen, you get points based on your faction loyalty, and factions that are loyal can give you 800 or can give you 1,000, and it's unclear why to a player why one is 800 versus 1,000.
Why is 800 versus 1000?
Because
Because
loyal is from 80% to 100%.
Yeah. Oh, it's
okay.
the score is being multiplied by the direct
Right.
underlying float percentage that we
Right.
never show to the player, so they have
Right.
no clue why.
I vote. Who cares? I think we should not spike this. It does not seem important. It's not a bug. It's not blocking. It is a very minor thing that is
Yeah.
only going to matter to the 1% of people who care about score.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Yeah.
Agree.
Eventually, we can mess with
Like the
it.
score is all bullshit anyways, so
I think that's fair, but I think it then brings up why do we add score before we actually had a compelling reason to add score. But
Well,
we can
it's
talk
too
about
late.
that
We already
later.
did it.
we can talk about that later. Yeah.
I
Add
argue
an-
not for score, but
Because we have a
Add-
team member who's 1% who cares about score.
loves about score.
Okay, cool. We'll ride with it for now. As an add an abdicate button, maybe to options, so you can end your game when you want to.
I vote what Ant said. We don't need this. We have an end game button.
Okay,
It
it's a
is-
George.
I mean, I just wrote what they're wanting.
Okay,
Oh,
so
but we
we'll
already
leave
have an
this-
end game button.
We
Oh.
don't. We have a way to go back to the main menu.
Same thing.
No, what I wrote is someone wants to actually just straight up in the run with get an in-game screen and show you that score and
I
and not
understand
have
what
a-
they're
Not
asking
have a
for.
save game created.
I
Yeah.
just
not
don't-
have it like delete the save game, let it go away. Like
Yeah.
it's a clarity issue to a player, basically.
So probably
I
not
don't think
spike,
it's- no.
but it's a request that we'll leave in. Should show empty yellow square outline, no big fill for hard points that could be powered.
Uh,
I don't know what this is. It doesn't seem relevant to me.
Should show empty yellow
Uh,
square.
Which one? Let me open it. Sorry, I just dashed on. I'm. Let me grab. I don't even have my headset. It's somewhere buried in my luggage. Let me look at this ticket real quick.
Okay. We'll move on to the next one.
Showing reactor. Yeah.
Power requirements for installations and tooltips, or feedback on why you can't put something into a powered slot when you don't have enough power.
I think we should not do this because I think we're going to redo power.
Yeah, I think
Likely.
a lot of the power stuff feels like we could at least deprioritize it because I think that we have had a few talks about redesigning power. So
Okay. And then
Okay.
we are going to mark the add morale gain to reckless exploit for the spike. Yeah.
That or remove
Or whatever
basically-
we decide.
or
yeah.
remove morale, confirm it, and have it cost something else.
Right.
But reckless exploit will be different. in that
Adjusted.
way.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just gonna adjust it.
All right, George, did you want to chime in on the?
If we're redoing power stuff, we can completely change the way we can delete that ticket.
Okay, why don't we leave it here until we do that? Just to shock the concern. Okay, so of these, does anyone else have other specific things that we know are things that should land in the suggestion call them either from talking with people or themselves. I have one I want to go over. Does anyone else have things that they want to call out? Will already called his out, I think.
I don't have one.
All right. Okay. So one that I did want to call out, and I want to get other people's feedback from it. It drives me crazy, but the way drag and drop works with installations powered to unpowered still works in a completely non-intuitive way. And I'd really like a good understanding of how difficult it would be to fix that in a way that whatever you chose to drag worked. Does anyone have any sort of input on what the complexity is there, what the issue is right now, and why we haven't addressed it yet?
It's a couple of systems that are, can you guys hear me okay, by the way?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a couple of systems mixed together, and we were as a team, mainly me, but we were as a team learning more drag and drop stuff. So it was the first thing we implemented with drag and drop. So it had the least functionality of the other stuff, and it also deals with a couple of different systems like power and number of hard points and number of installations, and all those things are different things that feed into the same thing. So its UX was just kind of dumpy from the get-go, and we never really prioritized doing another pass on it, but we can.
How expensive do you think that is? Like I'm not asking for you to commit to a size, but like, is this a long thing, or is this a short going and figure it out and fix it? Or
it's not a long thing. I'd say it's like a medium thing. It's not waltz in and spend 30 minutes and it's fixed, but I'd say it's like a medium-ish thing. Like you could probably spend a half day to a day just making it function reasonably. I'm saying that's it's not like it's something that was going to go through in one go, because people need to play it, see what it's like, and then say to fix the things that suck about it, and do that a couple of times. So like a total of a half day to a day over the course of whatever.
So what do people think about that in terms, like, I can add that as a suggestion, but what about it for the spike? Does it bug people as much as it bugs me? I'm perfectly happy to hear no.
It bugs me so much that I never drag and drop. I always upgrade my reactor so I don't have to do it the entire game.
Agreed.
Yeah, it bugs me a lot too.
Okay, so let's add it to the spike and see what we can get done. Improve drag and drop for installations in ship menu. Okay. Tables, spike, suggestion. All right. Anyone else have any that we should talk about?
We're in planning right now.
No.
Spike planning.
Spike planning.
Yep. So
Okay.
we're just going through and grooming the board right now, identifying what things we feel are critical to be done before the release on Thursday. And then we're going to do a play test and do the same thing, come out and see if there's anything that bubbles out of that we feel we need to address before Thursday. And then we'll talk about what we're going to address today, assign those, and jump directly into them.
I also want to set up a couple build targets of cut points and when we want to get builds up.
Yep. Because we do want to get an itch build out today.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. When are you out this afternoon, Hans?
I'm out from kind of depending on the appointment. I may be out longer, but I can definitely still jump in and like get builds together and things of that sort. So that's not a problem.
Okay.
All right. So shall we jump in, and I'll jump in, do a play test, and main things we are going to focus on. One is the game balance conversation. and things that we want to discuss and adjust game balance wise, and then 2, any issues that we want to escalate to discuss for the spike. Yeah.
Do we not want to focus on validation?
Oh yeah, that's true. We should probably validate. Fine, Will. Whatever.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
That's a good point.
Why don't we have what I would recommend is have 2 people tag team on validate and just hardcore pound on validate focus only, whereas other people focus on generating new issues, and everyone should just have the sprint board window up and be ready to capture their own bugs and validate their own bugs, just because talking over each other and that capturing stuff, like when we're trying to do 6 player playtest, is just nonsense. So,
and if everybody could add them to the bug list on the left, whether it's a suggestion or a bug or whatever, and just don't label anything, and we'll discuss them all at the end.
Okay, I'm in the middle of getting latest, so I don't mind recording stuff if people want to say it out loud, at least for the beginning part.
Okay.
I have about half of the validates, so I can't do the validation, but I can read it to someone else.
Okay.
As well.
I'll focus on validating.
I'm gonna do one validation. It's the one at the bottom.
I was just gonna ask you about that.
With the Steam build, I'm just loading the Steam build up.
Oh, good call.
Just to see if I can validate that the cheat menu doesn't show up in the Steam build.
Also the shipping, the ship name. Ship type.
Yeah. I don't know if the Steam build is the latest though. It
It's
has
not.
these fixes. It doesn't have these fixes.
No. I can. You want me to start propagating one?
Let me see.
Because I could have
has
it up
one
there
fix,
before
right?
we're done with playtest.
Oh, are we playtesting on Steam?
No.
Oh,
It does have the ship name fix in.
Oh, good.
It doesn't have the cheat menu fix in.
I'll start a push right now.
Should I put these in release spiked on?
No. Let's just go ahead and load them in. Whoa.
What? No, I'm sorry. What column should I put them in when they're validated?
Just let's put them in the
7 done?
7 done.
Okay. Well, the first one seems like it's probably the easiest one. When you start scanning something, hover your corners, and also Hans, share your screen when you get a chance.
I'm kicking off a build real quick,
Oh, gotcha.
and then I'm going to jump in. I just want to get the most recent fixes up on the scene.
Okay, so nothing during draft phase.
Let me look.
Just making sure. I'm pretty sure I just checked.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think we're good.
Yep. I don't see anything during draft. Bleh.
Crash phase.
Crash phase. Yeah. Don't enter the crash phase.
All right.
Crash phase every game.
Are there any other changes to that draft window that people, other than having the disclaimer beforehand, is there any other changes to the draft?
If we're
window?
gonna have icons for each of the ships, it'd be cool to put them in there.
Yeah.
Because you guys were gonna make those, right?
Yep. I
Yeah, if
should
you
be able
make
to
them,
finish those
they'll be.
today.
Because it is dynamically pulling that flagship image now.
Okay. Thanks for the help over the weekend on
No
that,
problem.
by the way. I really appreciate it. It would have taken me hours to figure out what I needed to do.
Widget switchers, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh wait.
Yeah, they're good looking, right?
Interesting.
What's
I'm
up?
having moments where I click between, and then when I try to click back onto the
It
button,
doesn't work.
it doesn't
Okay.
work.
So there's
they
probably
focusable?
there's probably a hitbox issue where something is
Visible.
marked
That
as
should be.
visible. So I'll do a run.
I'll
Yeah.
mark it.
Thank you.
Hitbox issues.
I think it's specifically the idle, the red idle thing.
Yeah,
It's the area that I'm
that
having
makes
trouble
sense.
clicking. Yep.
that makes sense. Okay,
Cool.
easy
So
fix.
if
Noted.
you scan a planet, so find one that can scan.
All right, build's going.
Yeah, he's doing a good job scanning the planet.
I
Mr.
know.
Build everything. God, Brandon.
I'm sorry.
Power gamer.
Scanning. What am I scanning? Anything?
Just in a planet. Scan a planet.
And when you scan it, you should mouse over it. The tooltip should change.
Yeah. Now close the window.
Yep. Scanning question mark.
And then
Yeah.
does it say scanning in the planet?
It does.
Thank you.
All right.
Resources scanning question mark question mark.
So unclose the planet window for a second. Now mouse over the ship bar that was scanning.
Yep.
Does it highlight the planet?
It
Which-
does, but it's very subtle.
Yeah. It's going to be subtle, but
Okay.
that's
Okay. Validated those two. Tell me if you see an event.
So I
have-
already validated that the ship captains pop up. The appropriate ship captains pop up in the event. Is that the one you're looking for?
What?
Oh, I thought that might have been the thing you were validating.
There's
Never
a ton of event related ones.
Okay.
So I want to
So-
go through them all when someone sees an event.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon,
Yes.
when you get a second, if you could look at your flagship and tell me how many hard points you have.
I have 5.
Okay, is that including the permanent ones?
needs to
No.
include 7.
I have 7, including the permanent ones.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
That's correct. Cool.
And I did do dismantles earlier, and they did not change.
Okay, moving that over.
Thank you.
Oh.
Here's another bug I will capture. The
Ready.
ship menu. The ship menu is slightly off screen.
What?
Like when you select a ship.
Oh, it is. I
How
didn't
did it-
notice it, but
I
you're
don't
right.
know.
Oh, it's
Slight-
probably I bet it's the expand. It expands out slightly depending.
I
So
bet it
select
does.
something that's not your flagship. Something that's smaller. Is it still off screen?
Yeah, they're
Still
all
off
off
screen.
screen.
I bet it's just.
Yeah. So
expanding
just a
slightly.
nudge.
Yeah, I'll nudge it over.
Just
Mark
needs a
that.
nudge.
That's easy. But it fits there just fine.
hmm hmm
Um,
Oh, these bars are straight sexy.
Hey, has anyone looked at the JSON for the star systems recently? It sounds like Ant fixed them.
well, I added stuff like we won't really get to do much drastic changes to them until we do some more work on designing out resources a bit more.
I'm checking to see if we can validate this bug.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the best way that you could validate it right now.
Okay. And Hans, you said
I guess
you-
as a coder, you could check where it's picking what resources it's
Yeah.
defining, and you could be like, is it pulling from the main body resource definitions or from just the generic definitions?
Hans, you said you got an event and it had a portrait.
Yes.
When someone is feeling like they want to have a good time, try saving your game and reloading it.
Okay. I'll do it after this jump.
Yeah, I'll also jump and try it out. Is there anything else that I should specifically check before
Before saving.
Yeah.
Well, we care about events, but I think that's it.
So make sure. What jump are you on?
Oh wait, I can't jump.
I'm on jump 2.
Where are you on, Brandon? You're still on 1.
Yeah, I actually can't jump right now. I was wrong.
So
Trying to build a long range scanner.
I would recommend. There's a couple pieces to check with the save load. There is loading back in on jump 1,
Okay.
Okay.
but then there's also loading back in on a later jump.
Okay.
Alright, then I'm gonna just save now.
Jump 2.
I mean, this is gonna reset everything that you've done because
Oh.
saving only happens at initial jump in.
Okay.
It's not when you
Uh,
quit. So all the upgrading, everything that you've built will not be there.
But you want me to test that for jump 1, right?
True. Yeah.
After you
Seven.
jump.
So I just reloaded. I was on jump 2
Yeah.
and I loaded, and I am now on jump 1.
What? That makes no sense. I have
I will-
not been
I
able
will-
to repro
I
see
will-
that.
I will
Are you
try
in the
it
same
again.
location and it says 1, or are
Yeah.
you in the second location?
I'm in the first location again.
It returned you to the first location.
The previous
Okay.
jump. Yep. So I'm going to try it again one more time. Start fresh from the beginning.
So I just want to double check. You would like me to save now?
Actually, no,
now.
jump now.
Okay. Jump now.
I
Alright,
want to
let
see
me-
what you get to. Jump on. Cool.
Here's everybody.
All right, so you're in. UI comes in. Things should be saved now.
Right.
So the layout of the same main body will be there each time.
So the
But-
barren body
but-
will be there.
Be there, but it may not be on the same side of the screen. The planets might be shuffled around in different
Okay,
places.
So
but
I'm gonna go ahead and quit game.
data will be there. Yep. And then continue. What jump does it say here? It says jump 2 on your screen. Check the bottom corner if it is updated.
Bottom
Does it say-
corner is jump
Says
2.
Jump 2. Barren
Barren
planet,
is my primary.
molten, desert, asteroids are all there as expected.
None of my
You-
upgrades saved.
Okay. That's a serialization bug.
Let's see what
Mark
else.
that one. Population is right. Resources seem correct.
Morale is wrong.
It
I was
was
worried. Jumped. Would I get to content with one jump?
yes.
It's
Okay.
possible.
Might.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Brandon, is your fleet display correct? List of ships in the lower right. That's what the bug is for. But I'm glad we got the other bug.
It is correct.
The thing Hans was the bug was that they just weren't appearing at all.
Oh,
Oh.
well, they're definitely appearing.
Appearing,
they're
and it's
there.
this-
They're there, but they are definitely worse.
Yeah,
And-
they're
I am pretty sure you have new quests.
I have an additional quest of exploit a molten planet
Yeah, last time you only had one quest when you saved.
because I had only a barren planet, and that was
No,
my
there was
primary.
there was a molten planet in there as well.
Oh, there was.
This
Well,
is
So
the
is that a bug, Ant?
Yeah,
Did I
mark
record?
it to make sure that it doesn't try to generate. I mean, that's a possibility. It might be trying to generate quests again.
yeah. Actually,
So-
let me check my.
I'm on jump 2 now. I'm in. I'm kind of stable. I took a
Okay.
screenshot of everything where it's at.
Again, layout's going to be different.
Yep.
So
So
Don't
I'm
worry
going to go
about that.
quick game.
cool.
I'm going to go continue.
Also, tell me if you get the quest to make people happy.
Okay.
That's been in validation for like 80 years.
Jump
Why
1.
does yours say yours jump 1?
Wow, that's weird.
Because Brandon's loaded everything fine.
Well, kinda.
What
I
are you
don't have
doing
the
to
same-
save you?
Just quitting game.
Okay.
Because there's no. I wait until I get in here. I wait for a moment and then I go and quit. I don't have the same quest, and I don't
back.
have the same planets.
No. So Brandon's loaded completely fine, barring the bugs that I would expect.
Should I try it again using the X instead of quit game?
The
No,
X
just closes the window. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but if I literally like Alt F4 the game, like
Are you running from the main menu?
no.
That's why. Save gaming, serialization isn't done. There's a flag set when you enter the game from the main menu that says, "Hey, serialize my game." If you
Oh,
don't do
he's
that-
starting a new game.
Yeah, starting a new game, completely
So-
fresh game.
It sees that there's a save game there, but then it doesn't utilize it.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
that's
because
what the
you're
continue button's up, and I use continue.
Yes, because
but-
we've actually done saving,
Okay.
but you
got it.
launch the game not from the main menu, so it just ignores the save file.
Got it.
That's really
All right.
funny.
That main
There we
menu it
go.
is.
Tell me if you get an event, Brandon.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep saying that because I think it's an easy thing to forget. Because if you're like me,
I
when
totally
the events
won't
pop
forget
up,
it.
you just like fucking click through them. You're like, get off my screen.
100% something I'd forget.
Um,
Wonder if
Wait, do I have a
continue
bold
now.
gambit?
hey, you're at the. Oh, okay. Oh, you're just gonna try to start
I'm
from.
gonna see if it loads.
No, it's
I'm
gonna
just
be that.
curious.
It's gonna be the last save. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, it was the last save.
Yeah.
Put me right back. But that is the same planet configuration. That's good.
Same.
All right. Was there something you wanted me to check from the main menu?
So hit new game.
Okay.
Nope. Yep. Okay.
Oh yeah, M's. M's are the
Check
best.
check the text. What does your text say?
All right.
Basically, this pulls 3 different. Does it talk about climate change anymore?
Our ravenous appetite for growth overcame us until our world could not sustain us. Now we hunger for a new hope under your wise guidance.
What are your quests, Brandon?
Okay. It's
Fully
pulling from
scan
the
everything.
JSON.
Good.
Find and gather metal.
Thank you.
Where the hell is that?
Oh, I never upgraded my fuel factory. Oh god. Oh, because
Yeah,
I had to
that
upgrade my
is-
reactor. Oh god.
Fuel factories really need to be upgraded like ASAP.
Yeah, they do.
It's funny though because they take gas to upgrade, so it feels like such a waste.
What?
But it's the right move.
So, but Brandon, you loaded your game in and still made another jump, correct?
I did.
And it didn't crash?
Did not crash.
Did not crash.
Cool.
I will validate that one.
Too late. I already did it.
Cool.
Correct.
Did someone validate the... Oh. Playing a new game will pull from a list of 3 different scenario texts that are from our narrative trailer. Hey, look it. You have new text at the top of your screen, George.
Woo!
Text.
I've now seen 2 of the 3. I will call that validated.
Sorry, Anne. I keep pulling them out from.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Food goes missing. Pause button. Just need an event, someone. Events.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of quests. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, let me look. Do you have any
Actually,
about
this
happiness?
is a game balance thing.
Do you have
do
any
we
about
want to-
happiness?
No.
Do we want to do anything with adjusting the chance of quests showing up in system? I think it's a 66% chance for each faction to give you a quest right now going into a system. Do we want to lower that?
I like the way that it works because sometimes you get no quests and you're like, oh, this is so relieving. And sometimes you get 5 quests and you're like, motherfucker, how am I supposed to do all
I guess my thing is, do we want to lower that value so that is it tuned to have the chance of too many quests happening right now?
No, if anything,
Okay.
I think it's too low because I have never had a mutiny.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope. Don't actually care about that metal. Cool. No, I mean, it's a waste of time if I don't do it. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Alright, fine. It's
Yeah,
optimal.
Brandon.
It's optimal.
So, feedback on the fleet navigator. Does it look too simple? Does it seem to fit? Does it stick out like a sore thumb?
I think I'd put some kind of treatment or image
Stop.
around.
I'm stopped.
Hey,
Thank
it's
you.
a red button. Red pause button. That's good. I'd probably put something around the 3 hours.
Yeah,
the
that's what I
number.
was thinking. I was trying to figure out, like, do I leave the ship like icon behind, or do I put in like one of those little, like?
I think it's
thing,
worth
or-
trying leaving the ship icon behind.
Okay. Yeah.
And just replacing idle with a number.
Yeah.
That actual like
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
I also feel like the gradient could be flatter. Like it's a little bit too gradient.
The which gradient?
The fill bar
The
gradient.
fill bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I was trying to make it look glowy because Will was like, "Ooh, glowy," and I was like, "Okay, I'll make it look glowy."
Yeah,
I
the
like the glow.
I mean the
looks a
the
little
problem
too
is
rounded.
it looks too rounded compared to the rest of our UI. All the rest of our UI is much flatter, and that is like super glowy round.
Okay, so do a solid bar, but so feedback then, like, should I then lower the progress bar to the bottom so the full bar goes across there, or
Actually,
the-
could we make the whole thing just fill?
yeah, I could make the whole thing like a version of
replace the
Excel.
bar? Yeah, I think that would work great.
That's pretty easy. The angles on the end will be the weird
Well,
part
like,
on that.
can you
But
replace the fill bar with a separate image that matches
Yeah,
that? Basically,
that's what I was going to try. Is literally just create a fill version of this
Yeah.
bar.
Yep. No problem.
I'm
All right,
done
what did you
with
want to look
events. I'm
You're done?
I already
You're
looked
good?
at it. Thank you.
So click population minus and then cry.
Yes.
Yep.
Also,
Die.
if you get future event, food goes missing,
Yeah.
or one that says a system name, please tell me.
Okay.
And I will be watching Brandon's uneasy playthrough.
So on the info panel, all of the notifications on the info panel have for several releases been breaking the bounding boxes on all that stuff. Do we care?
I have noticed that a couple times.
Oh.
It
It's
just
always-
as it adds more numbers out to the side, it
Mhm.
shrinks it because of the way that it's laid out and stuff.
So do we implement the adjustments in a box like on the opposite side of morale? You know how we have a gray box that pops out and has the up or down? See?
Oh, do it that way.
Across all of them so they look consistent?
I only notice it when I'm loading a game or starting a game. Are you seeing it more often than that?
Every time these tick, they're like, that's not in alignment, that's outside the box,
Oh, I
God,
see.
I
Oh,
don't
you
know
mean
what
I see
you're
what you
talking
mean.
about.
Just like
outside the box.
yeah, it extends farther. Oh, you were
Exile.
exiled.
Oh man.
Hey, go back to the main menu.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Does the continue button exist still? Nope.
No.
Wipe your
See
save
if you
file.
get another message.
Yeah, hit new game.
did
Let's
you
see.
game.
How did your world end this time?
War.
War.
War never
War.
changes.
What is it good for?
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Cool video game.
Absolutely a video game hook.
Yep.
Same.
Say it again.
I'll
That
say it again.
We
you can
got
say
a
that
widow, and we
it's
got a
just the
gap
text-
issue here.
it's the text box.
Yeah. So
It's not
maybe
Just expand that lower
Yeah.
line.
Ah,
expand
yeah,
that text
Brandon.
box.
Wow, this system's dope.
Content the population. Nope, you don't still have it. That quest is the rarest of quests.
You're the rarest of quests.
Rude. Brandon.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's really rare because you have to have very low morale after jumping to have it appear.
Oh, I mean, you know,
And
Morale.
we never have low morale because we're pro gamers.
so good at this game.
Player skill.
There's like a father-son X-Wing duo at my store, and I feel like I've become a bad influence on the son. Sometimes I'm a good mentor, but sometimes I'm like, ooh, that's not good. So one thing that I often say when I roll well is like, oh, just such good player skill. And he's picked that up, and I'm like, oh man, I have regrets. I should
You
have
have
been a better mentor.
Did you crash, Hans? Or is this the build? Oh, it's
No, this is the build. I was just checking in to see if it was done.
That planet
watching you,
sucks.
Yeah, which it's done.
Gas. 35 gas. That's some dope shit.
Dope.
Stop sharing my screen
That's
and jump on
almost a
Steam real quick.
whole fuel refinery.
Give it the good old fuel refinery.
I gotta say, those fuel refinery numbers, I don't know if it's just luck, but they're perfect. The fact that it takes 40 fuel, and you almost never get 40 fuel from a planet, you almost always seem to get like 39 fuel.
Yep.
It's so
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep. Those numbers. That's probably the only thing that I did well when I changed the numbers. Like of all of the things, at least that went well.
And
Good,
then,
Obviously, metal is like wildly inflated. Food is also a little much, but that surprised me. I think it's because I didn't account for how strong hydroponics are and how much metal we would have to build more hydroponics.
I
yeah.
also think that we start with too many of them. It seems really common that ships randomly start with.
What
Oh,
is-
I have
what
an
is-
event.
History of the Starfarers. Do we have anything about History of the Starfarers?
Nope. System name in there? Does it say anything about the system?
Where's the system name?
Nope, it doesn't.
No,
Nope.
it doesn't.
Don't need the food. Don't need
Yeah,
the
you never
morale.
need food
Don't
anymore.
take morale.
It should take. That's a big morale boost. Holy
yeah.
crap!
Oh yeah. What?
What is
Hello?
history?
People
How
like
much is
history, and
how much is History of Starfarers giving you morale wise?
All right.
Only
Steam
10.
build has been updated.
That's-
So pretty soon patching should start after patching's done.
So
and
the jump saved loaded and the loaded game was back one jump. I realized that was
that
because
was my user error.
archived.
User error.
If there's gas, I will take it.
All right, so there was.
So I just noticed a balance oversight we have. I forgot to bring a luxury liner. Now I have no way to increase my morale, and now I have
Correct.
quests that
Correct.
basically say
Correct.
get screwed unless you exploit and lose the game. So I'm like lose the game or lose the game. That's cool.
Yeah, we have a note for that already to fix that.
Or well, to fix the reckless exploit piece, not the. There is no way. There's no in-system way to raise your morale right now.
Yeah, there is.
Whoa,
Jump, jump, jump.
Cool.
No, in system without jumping.
In system. Oh, okay.
Damn, I rolled high.
That's true. If you get the content the population quest, it's like, nope, you're just gonna piss people off.
Pretty much. You can't throw a party. You have no way to throw a party.
Uh-huh. Parties
feel
take a lot
bad.
of planning. You need a party planning committee,
It's
and
true.
that takes like
Oh.
40 minutes.
Oh, event.
Confidence boosts. That's
Hey,
not
that
what
looks like it's got the star system name in it.
Where is it?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there it is. Minalava. Sounds like an espresso. There,
It
what?
does.
Right?
Yep.
Anyways. We did it. We found I feel like I was not expecting to be able to validate that one. I rarely see that quest.
Yeah, me too. It's very rare. Food goes missing will be more rare now.
So the main feedback right to the fleet navigator thing is add the ship icons for all of the states and get those working. Then add the ship icon to the second menu state with the number, and then adjust the progress bar to make it more solid.
Yeah.
Any others? Okay, I'll get through those. Get through those today, and we'll take a look.
I haven't seen them yet, but I'm excited to play after this.
I added them to the UI pass on the fleet menu and ship bars as a checklist. So if anybody comes up with anything else, just add it there.
Sweet.
We had a grand celebration, hopeful just to flex.
Yeah. There is some stuff that would be fun to add into the score system when we decide that we actually care about scores. Like getting extra points for all of the metal that you don't use. So you have a reason to exploit it.
Or like we have
No. Don't give people stuff for not using resources. We always want to incentivize them to use resources.
That was kind of just a joke. But also I like the idea of partying when you're already at the happiest you can be.
Yes. That's like an achievement.
Those sound like
That is an
those
achievement.
sound like achievements more than score.
more than, yeah.
I would say they are both.
Yeah, why can't you- if we're gonna have score,
Can,
why can't we get some score
can
for
we
doing some
add-
cool things.
Or no,
What'd you say, George?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. I realized.
Okay.
Building shit, Swarm. Check your stuff.
At the bottom.
Yeah, I
Gas,
do
those
really
gas.
like saying "fuck you" to factions. It's gonna be fun when we have diplomats that we can send to give the middle finger to factions.
Just doesn't matter though. Look at that triple stack of loyal.
You have someone diplomatic, don't you?
I do.
One diplomatic person, I feel like, makes the whole system kind of.
Hey,
pretty.
Zingris.
It does. Diplomatic, oh, so good. Admittedly, House has the hardest quests though.
They do.
The scan everything quest.
Scan everything, jump out of here. All of it is like,
Oh yeah, jump out of here. I never do. That's a bullshit quest.
I love it.
Not listening to that house.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it this system, mostly because I just don't care. It's like, look, like what happens if I jump out of here? No
Well, I got
consequence.
10 fuel. Or 12, I mean.
I know, and I still have Oh wait, no, I don't have any gas.
You don't.
Hmm.
Let's think about this.
Hmm. Oh god, watching the jump out of here timer click down stresses me out. Wow, like it's so close.
Uh-huh.
Look at it.
You have like a 4-hour window.
Ah!
You waited so long, a bunch of people died.
Oh no!
Brandon.
Oh no!
Oh my god, Brandon hit the button!
Does it show that I haven't played League of Legends in a long time, or really anything requiring
You're just completely misclicking a button.
no
Oh,
click
damn,
accuracy,
Oh,
no
f-
APM? I'm so that was
You're so
embarrassing.
lucky to get a gas giant like that. Holy shit.
You're unlucky.
Wait.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, it's
Does
morale
that food
again.
goes missing?
No.
no.
History of the
Oh, then
Starfarers.
I don't care.
God, why is this so...
These are two different sets of asteroids, but they look like one. That's super
Uh-huh.
cool.
Yep.
I got gaseous experiment. Is there anything I can help with?
Oh yeah. Gaseous experiment. Nope,
No.
I don't have any bugs for that one. Sorry.
Valid.
Wasn't that the one that there was something about putting an exit condition in
If you
didn't
don't,
have enough
yeah.
for either option? Because
That's-
right now,
that's
if
been
you don't have
validated.
enough,
That's
for
already
either,
been validated, Hans.
it has. Okay.
Yeah.
I
What
think
was
I
our
validated
solution
it.
there? It just doesn't spawn.
No,
No,
it gives,
it pops up if you you get a third option if you don't have enough for the first two options.
Okay. All right. Cool.
that shows like I can't help you right now. Although I liked Will's thing of where you just shoot the scientists and your population goes down by one.
Hopeful.
Hope, what's that?
Hopeful
That
tone.
is-
Hopeful tone.
Nah.
So gaseous experiment says my fuel factory will be damaged. I thought we got rid of all.
No, that's still listed as a bug that we're supposed to go through and remove some of that text.
Yeah,
That's
it's just the text that's wrong. There isn't an action.
Yeah, it doesn't actually damage you. It's just we didn't change the text, and that's already bugged.
I don't want none if you ain't got gas, huh? And I'm done. Sorry.
That's
All right.
That's poetry right there.
All
So,
right.
Ant, you wanted me to validate the cheat on Steam? Right?
Ooh-wee! Sorry.
Yeah, I'm validating it as well. I updated too. So
Cool.
Oh man.
can you
gas-
easiest way? Can you backspace?
I think I just won the game.
Yeah, Brandon, if you lose the game now, it's gonna be so embarrassing.
Actually impossible to lose.
Can't
It would be
backspace.
really impressive.
Can't lose this game.
Nope.
You better
no
make it with all 5 ships.
Can't make my ships explode. Can't open the cheat menu. Can't backspace on the Steam
Nope.
bill. All good. I valid.
Dope.
Wow, look at this roll. Player skill.
That is player skill. Good job.
I did it. Hit me.
I'm just gonna
Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna validate your thing about the system, Jason. Is that okay, Ant? Because it sounds like you're happy with it.
Yeah, I'm happy with our ability to then go in and start modifying
Cool.
as we want to move forward.
Wow. I even rolled 2 fuel on this gas giant.
Oh my god.
I'm
You bet.
so good at this game, dude. Woo!
Our game is loot boxes disguised as planets.
I'm fine. That's okay.
Loot planets,
Loot planets.
resource
We're
pinatas.
gonna put the microtransaction in as pay 99 cents to re-roll a planet.
Resource pinatas.
$10 for 1 fuel.
Made me really happy.
Oh,
That'd go
only
well.
when we do the mobile version.
Yeah.
Are we exploiting all these gas giants? Hell yes, we are.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, at least if we did that, we could sell it to EA.
It's true.
$16 fuel on jump 9. That's ridiculous.
I also have 120 gas.
That's
Oh my
How
insane.
are you feeling?
God.
All right, I'll exploit you because we are at no risk of. All
Yeah,
right,
you're so hopeful.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop off Grand Celebration just for the fun of it.
The hopeful celebration.
I should have been a fighting game player, you know.
Well,
I'll
I
play
don't
fighting
know,
games
yeah.
with you. I love fighting games.
You could have been a contender, Brandon.
Ugh, no, I'm so bad.
Play Dan and do the
Requires
Dan.
APM hard pass.
That's why you just play with people that are basically your age or older.
Wait.
You won.
Hey.
With like 22 fuel.
Look at that score.
Oh my god, that's redonkulous.
Trip loyalty. Oh
That's
wait,
how-
no. I got minus. I should have figured out a way to get the
Complete
other
that
2
quest.
to 100 loyalty. Oh well.
The little what?
All right.
Yeah.
So do we want to stop for a minute and talk about game balance stuff and see if there's any other pieces we want to discuss and add, remove from that menu or from that checklist?
you're sharing your desktop, Hans.
Oh, whoops.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, I think we captured most of the stuff. I don't know from a game balance standpoint. Like, I do think morale is still mostly a non-issue. So probably feels like it could be tuned a little bit harder.
It could be hard. So here's the only issue with that, which it probably should just be harder. And we say, sorry, if you don't have Grand Celebration, you're fucked. But
Since we don't have really, I mean, jumping and Grand Celebration are really our only.
Yeah, I
feel like
can't.
that's overstated.
I'm dead now, so I can't make. There's no gas in the system, and I can't make fuel, so all my ships blow up. So I'm dead for sure.
Yeah, but like,
Do you have a Reckless Gambit?
I think
No.
we can probably alter the efficiency of hydroponics because I think food and metal are the 2 resources that are too abundant, and the abundance of food allows us to Grand Celebration without penalty.
yeah. So
Um,
we could bring down how much hydroponics actually generates.
Yeah.
We can increase metal costs to build installations and to upgrade installations. So just in general, it's just
Yep.
yeah, it costs more metal to do that stuff. And then I don't know. We should really see how much metal your general average starting with, because I don't know right now, but I feel like you could probably drop it 20-25% starting metal. And so you can't, with those changes, you can't just be like, all right, I'm going to go and upgrade every reactor on every ship. And
So
Well, if you
average
double-
metal
that
the-
should be something you build towards as the
on
if you-
end game,
goes on.
the
Yeah.
average metal on end game is sitting around 300.
If you double the costs for metal for everything, then you don't need to reduce the starting metal.
That's true. We could try that. I think we should try that, actually. Just double metal costs across the board. Hey, if we can make Grand Celebration have it, because it costs metal, I think, a little bit as well. Like double its metal cost.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you gotta produce all the silverware and plates and
the statues.
And the statue. That's true. The statues. It can't be a grand celebration without statues.
Yep.
Should we add fuel to the resources, or maybe I'm just not grabbing that?
I should check if I do that. If we grab fuel.
Look in the
Is
data.
morale on there?
We have. Let's take a look at.
It would be really fun to see graphs of people's morale over time.
Yeah, we don't have overtime. This is only an in-game right now.
Gotcha.
So I mean, most of the time morale would be 0. I'll be honest. It's either going to be in-game 0 or you won with some morale.
Yep.
Yeah. So we have start time, end time, result, jumps, ships, food, gas, metal, population, morale, and whether they used serial.
We don't have fuel. Do you want fuel?
No, we don't
'Cause
have
we can do
fuel.
that.
We should add fuel.
Okay.
Because it would be good to know if people are finishing with a truckload of fuel or if they're
Yeah.
down to the
Mhm.
wire. And then let's see if we found. Let's see. Result. Found.
Do we? I've been thinking maybe we should just automatically have everyone have reactor 2, and then increase the costs of building installations and upgrading.
It's either that or
I don't wanna-
change the reactor to just generate more power.
Exactly. If
Yes.
we're gonna do that, or only pick like flagship only to have reactor 2, or well, what is the power stuff that we're potentially doing?
We just all agreed that no one was pretty happy with the way that managing power works right now.
The last power suggestion that I had heard is, what if we made it so you cannot upgrade or build new installations unless you have the power to support them? So that would be like a simple way to do it. It does mean that we'd have to change the way that our draft phase works, because right now you often start with installations that are unpowered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about increasing the amount of power you get from the reactor at startup, then you're already there.
Yeah, the reason why I'm advocating for that is just because I think it solves a lot of the friction that we're gonna launch without at like the lowest implementation cost. We're already gonna make changes to metal costs across the board. Why don't we just make it so that we alleviate most of that by just adding the power? Most of us do it every game at the start of the game, anyways, right? Where we upgrade.
Let's
our
just make it
reactors.
2, 3, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3.
Or 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, so let's just do that so that we can not worry about it as much,
Okay.
and then increase
easy.
the metal costs across the board.
I like that idea a lot.
Installation.
Then let's see, hydroponics will go down in efficiency, which is good because it should create more strain on Grand Celebration, which should increase strain on morale, and then maybe more people will lose to starvation, hitting morale.
Yeah, what I want from our game ideally is one run where you're like, where the fuck is gas? And then the next run where you're like, where the fuck is food? And then the next one where you're like, where the fuck is metal? And right now, because of our balance changes, it's usually all of our runs are one resource.
Yeah.
So I think we'll know we're in the right place when that is shifting from run to run.
When we don't have that stuff, though, we manage that, because right now we really don't have enough resource conversion stuff to make managing a deficit like that possible.
The way that I manage it when I'm low on a resource is I use my long range scanner really abundantly, and I try and choose places that I think will give me that resource, which I think is a good way to manage it. It means that you have to
fits
plan
with the
that.
fantasy of what the game what ideal what you're trying to do.
And it also affects how you scan. You know, you go to a place with like 6 things, you choose which ones to scan strategically because you're like, oh, I know Frozen might have food and I care about food.
It's also worth noting we are in the roguelike genre, so having runs that basically aren't winnable is fine.
Yeah, I would expect it, actually.
Yeah, unfair is normal.
Scan, jump.
So do we capture those balance changes that we wanted to make?
I am in the. We should capture them. But I'm also already in this thing making the changes.
I was not writing any of them.
But I will write them down in that card because that's. I'll do the description. Start with too much metal. We're not going to change that. Increase. Oh, and we had the populations are already now shifted a bit more off of Flagship. Flagship has about half your population. The other half is split between the ships.
Okay.
So you will see significant drops, a couple thousand usually if you lose a ship.
Yep.
All right, so let's take a look then real quick. In terms of things we are going to commit to getting done today before we cut a build. Well, first, what time do we want to cut a build this afternoon? Probably 4?
Sure. I'll be leaving somewhere between that time to go off island. So, but I will have my laptop and I will eventually be back on Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So.
Let's aim for 3.
Okay. All right, so let's add into doing anything that you are going to take responsibility for on getting done before the 3 o'clock. I am going to add the UI pass for the fleet menu. And any of the things that we added for the spike, make sure to add a spike label to them.
Cool.
Yeah, that should be good.
All right, I'm gonna cut the cut the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks, everybody.